Всім привіт! Hello everyone! And welcome to Ukrainian with Olha, Level A1, Lesson 9. These lesson series are based on the course book Крок-1, Step 1, which targets levels A1, A2. You can find previous lessons of this course in top right corner and in a playlist on my channel. So, let's start our lesson. Розпочнемо наш урок. Today we will learn several grammar points such as modal word можна, plural of nouns, vowel gradation, and imperative mode of verbs. And today's topics are ordering at the restaurant or cafe, reading the menu, and also we will review our food vocabulary from previous lessons. So today's topic is eating at the restaurant, eating out, їсти в ресторані, to eat at the restaurant, to eat where, в ресторані, locative case, ходити в кафе, to go to cafe. Where? В кафе. Cafe doesn't change, it's a loan word. And it's neuter, gender. And restaurant is masculine. And you can interchange ходити в ресторан, їсти в кафе. Let's read our text. Де можна поїсти? Where can we eat? У Львові є багато місць, де можна поїсти. Кав'ярні, ресторани, піцерії. In Lviv, there are many places where we can eat. Coffee houses, restaurants, pizzerias. У кав'ярні можна пити гарячу каву з тістечком чи сирником. In coffee house you can drink hot coffee with pastry or сирник. Сирник is a bigger cottage cheese cake. У піцерії замовити піцу чи салат. In pizzeria to order pizza or salad. У ресторан можна запросити друзів, якщо у тебе свято. You can invite friends to the restaurant if you have a holiday. Там можна замовити перші, другі страви, десерт. You can order first, second dishes and dessert there. У барі можна пити пиво. At the bar you can drink beer. So in this text we had various establishments. Кав'ярня is a coffee house. Cafe is cafe, so кав'ярня usually serves hot drinks, cold drinks, some pastries, maybe some really light meals, but cafe can have bigger meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. And ресторан, restaurant, bar, bar, and pizzeria, pizzeria. So pizzeria, please note that there is one letter ц. Pizza in Ukrainian is pizza, one ц. And pizzeria, stress on e. Also in this text, in these sentences, we have seen word можна many times. Можна is a modal word which does not change. And it means can, could, to be possible. So it can be confused with the verb могти, because when we conjugate могти, we say я можу, ти можеш. It sounds similar, but it is not a form of verb могти. It is just its own word that is a modal verb. It's neither noun nor verb, and it doesn't change when used in the sentences. And also in the sentence about pizzeria, I think they omitted it. So in the previous sentence, you used у кав'ярні можна пити. And then in the next one, it was just omitted because the sentence just continues about another establishment. So we talk again about what is possible to do in another establishment. So you could say у піцерії можна замовити піцу чи салат. But since we used this можна in the previous sentence, you could also omit it in the next one. So when could we use можна? We use it when asking for permission, offering or suggesting something. Let's read some examples. Де можна сісти? Where can I sit? Where is it possible to sit? Можна вже замовляти? Can I already order? Is it possible to order already? Можна рахунок, будь ласка? Can I have a check, please? Is it possible to have a check, please? Можна піти в кафе? We could go to the cafe. Можна я? Can I? Можна й так. It could be like that. Можна зайти? Can I come in? Ще не можна. Not yet. Not possible yet. So we see that with можна we use infinitive. It will be followed by some verb in infinitive. And when translated to English, it has a little bit different meaning in combination with different situations. So it can be could, can, possible. And if you want to say that something is not possible, then you just add не in front of it. Не можна. And let's read some more words that we encountered in the text. Місце, a place, in plural, місця. Поїсти, to eat in perfect aspect. We learned perfect and imperfect aspects in the previous lesson. And then замовити, to order. Запросити, to invite. Друг, friend, and in plural друзі, friends. Якщо, if. Свято, holiday. Попросити, to ask, imperfect aspect. Просити, to ask, imperfect. And in the middle of the picture we also had some useful phrases that you can use in a restaurant. Дайте, будь ласка, give me please. Попрошу рахунок. Give me a check. Дякую, було дуже смачно. Thank you, it was very delicious. Today we will learn how to form plural from nouns. So, множина, plural. Множина іменників, plural of nouns. So we will have different endings for different genders. For masculine gender, in plural, we have endings I, yi. And in singular, masculine gender nouns usually have no ending or zero ending, and then in a consonant. So, салат, салати, млинець, млинці, трамвай, трамваї. So how do we know which ending we choose? Same as we declined our nouns in instrumental case in the previous lesson, we will look at the ending consonant. Which consonant is in the ending of the word? So if it is a hard sound, like in салат, we add I, салати. If it's soft, млинець, here we have soft sign which directly indicates that the previous consonant is soft. Ending consonant is soft, we add I. And if the ending consonant is Y, we have Y. Трамвай, трамваї. And let's move on to the feminine gender. So in singular, they have usually the endings a, ya, and in plural, the endings will be the same as in masculine, I, yi. For example, котлета, котлети. Here we also have the ending consonant t, which is hard, so we add I. Миша, миші. Sh is a sibilant sound, so with sibilant sounds, same as with soft sounds, we use I. Диня, дині. N here is soft because the preceding vowel ya is making it soft. So it's really important to learn not only Ukrainian letters, but also Ukrainian sounds. Because many rules in conjugation and declining and gradation, they depend on the type of consonants. So hard, soft, sibilant, and so on. Let's move on to the neuter gender. So in neuter gender, nouns usually have endings o, e, and in plural, they will have endings a, я. Вікно, вікна. Here we have also hard consonants, n, so we add ending a. And then we have яйце, яйця. Ц is a sibilant sound, so we use я. But also we have some exceptions where we encounter vowel gradation, чергування голосних. So in these words, e in closed syllable will turn to o or e in open syllable. So let's read the examples. Still, this is one syllable, two consonants followed by vowel and closed with a consonant. So it is e in a closed syllable. So when putting the word into plural or in some case, e will turn to o here. Still, столи. So instead of e, we will have o. And then we have encountered this already when we formed an adjective from seek, juice. So e here is in a closed syllable. So when changing to some other form, e turns to o, соки. We learned to make an adjective соковитий also. And then ніж, ножі, knives. And to give you an example where e turns to e, for example, корінь, root, корені, roots. Some nouns have only singular form and some nouns have only plural. And there are some words in the topic of foods that go into this category. So let's read the foods that have only singular form. So сметана, картопля, кава, чай, хліб, сіль, морозиво, молоко, масло, печиво. So when we talk about these foods, when there are many of them, then we just decline them using cases. There are no plural forms. And some foods that have only plural, макарони, голубці, вершки. Also in our text that we read previously, we encountered the words друзі, friends, and we have read that the singular form will be друг. So we can see that in these forms we have the gradation of consonants, so palatalization. Sometimes it's called the softening of consonants or gradation of consonants, чергування приголосних. So друг, друзі. And another example will be око, очі. And under the table we have some words and we need to put them in plural. Поставте у множині, put in plural, or in singular, поставте в однині. So let's do it together. Ресторан, ресторани. Бар, бари. Кав'ярня, кав'ярні. Ложка, ложки. Соус, соуси. Ковбаса, ковбаси. Страва, страви. Вареник, вареники. So in these nouns, we had only one noun that had ending e, кав'ярня, кав'ярні, because n here is soft, and all the rest had hard consonant ending. That's why they had ending e. And in ковбаса, we had a stress, traveling stress. So in plural, it is ковбаси. And then the singular, супи, soup. пампушки, пампушка, соки, сік, груші, груша, гриби, гриб. So here we had soup, which is masculine gender, so we just remove the ending y. And then pampushka, it's a type of bread that is served with borscht. So it's a feminine gender, but it has a hard consonant ending, so the ending is y. So then we had soki, it was our exception, sik, and then grusha, grushi, has sibilant sound, and гриби, гриб, hard consonant, masculine gender. And now let's read a dialogue at the restaurant, у ресторані. Що ви бажаєте замовити? What would you like to order? Дайте, будь ласка, український борщ та млинці з м'ясом. Give me, please, Ukrainian borscht and pancakes with meat. Що ви будете пити? What will you drink? Прошу яблучний сік. Apple juice, please. Добре. Окей, good. Ось ваше замовлення. Смачного. Here is your order. Bon appetit. Дякую. Thank you. Скільки це коштує? How much does it cost? 50 гривень. 50 гривня. Дякую. Було дуже смачно. Thank you. It was very delicious. Заходьте ще. Visit again. And let's read also the notes on the right. За столом. At the table. Дене, передай, будь ласка, ніж. Ден. Pass the knife, please. Прошу. Here you go. Дякую. Thank you. And the next one. Оксано, принеси, будь ласка, сіль. Оксана, bring the salt, please. Не треба. Сіль тут, на столі. No need. Salt is here, on the table. Остапе, подай, будь ласка, сіль. Остап, pass the salt, please. Прошу. Here you go. So, in these dialogues, we have encountered verbs in imperative. Imperative in Ukrainian – наказовий спосіб дієслова. Imperative verbs. So, in order to create imperative form, we need to add specific endings to the verbs. So, let's first look at the basic rule. So, the first bigger table, and we have questions що робити, what to do. These are for imperfect verbs, like нести, робити, варити, and що зробити, what to do, for perfect verbs, принести, зробити, зварити. So basically, to create an imperative, you need to remove the infinitive ending ti, and for singular, second person singular, for you, ти, you need to add ending и. Неси, принеси, роби, зроби, вари, звари. And for plural, ви, it will be ending іть. Несіть, принесіть, робіть, зробіть, варіть, зваріть. So in the last dialogue we had принеси, будь ласка, сіль. Bring the salt, please. So принеси is imperative from принести, to bring. And принести is a perfect verb. It has an ending. So you bring something. When you use нести, it means you continuously carrying something. And we don't know when it will end. And to give you some examples with робити, зробити, for example, зроби домашнє завдання. Do homework as imperative. And with варити, зварити, for example, звари борщ, cook борщ. So, наказовий спосіб, imperative, is more frequently used with perfect verbs because we want something to be completed. The action needs to be done. And the imperfect verbs, of course, also can be used in imperative for specific purposes. So, for example, вари помалу, boil slowly. So you will be boiling for some time and you don't know when it will end, so we use here imperfect verb. And also we have some exceptions of forming imperative. So in this lesson, let's look at some typical imperatives that can be used in the restaurant. These are words подати and передати. So подати means to pass, to give. Передати is more like to hand over from one person to another. And both of these verbs are perfect verbs, and in order to create imperative in singular for ти, for one person, we add ending you, and for plural, for ви, we add ending йте. So, подати, подай, подайте. Передати, передай, передайте. And here also I would like to note that these verbs подати, передати are formed from verb дати, which is by itself also perfect verb. So дати, to give. In past it will be дав, in future дам. So it does not have any present form. And there is another verb, давати, which is an imperfect verb, and in present it is я даю for I, ти даєш, він вона дає, ми даємо, ви даєте, вони дають. And in past давав, давала, давало, давали, and in the future даватиму. So дати means to give, and давати means to give, but they are different verbs, and дати is perfect, and in the imperative it will mean give me, pass me, hand me over, and давати in imperative will be давай and давайте, and it will mean also give and also means let's. So the difference between them is mostly the aspect. Давати, continuous action. Give me let's. It implies that there is no this immediate action. And then дати is perfect, so it implies that you must give me something, pass me something right now. And we also have some new words here. Let's read them together. Бажати, to wish. Замовлення, an order. It can be an order of food, also online order is замовлення. Смачного, bon appetit. Скільки, how much. Коштувати, to cost. Гривня, Ukrainian currency. 50, 50, from 5, 5 and 10, 10. Заходити, to come in, to visit. Ще, again, more, else. Передати, to pass something to someone. Подати, to hand something. Принести, to bring. Не треба, no need. Тут, here. And now we will read some menus together. So, menu is menu in Ukrainian. And the first menu will be сніданок в кафе. Breakfast at the cafe. The cafe has various options, so it lists them as сніданки, breakfasts. So meaning breakfast sets or breakfast dishes. The first one is каша вівсяна. It's oatmeal porridge, and the volume is 300 grams. 300 грамів. And the price is 82 гривня is 82 гривні. And the next one, англійський сніданок, English breakfast. Next, шакшука, яєчня з беконом, eggs with bacon, омлет з сиром і овочами, omelette with cheese and vegetables, омлет з куркою, omelette with chicken, омлет з лососем, omelette with salmon. You can see a sign for Ukrainian currency on the very right, and the shortened version for гривня is грн. So 3 consonants. And in the bottom, I wrote some additional sentence which you might say in the cafe. І маленьке лате з собою, будь ласка. And small latte to go, please. So here we used diminutive of adjective малий, small. So маленьке. We don't want to say мале лате. We say it in a more cute way in speech. And з собою will be to go. The order to go. And of course we say будь ласка. And the next menu is lunch at the restaurant. So обід в ресторані. And we have here lunch offer. Обідня пропозиція. Пропозиція offer. And обідня is an adjective formed from обід. And here we have some deal. In the middle, перша страва, плюс друга страва, плюс салат, плюс напій. So first dish, plus second dish, plus salad, and plus drink. So you can choose from first dishes, борщ проскурівський, and бульйон з куркою. So борщ, and it has name of the street that this restaurant is situated on, Проскурівський, and then bouillon with chicken. And the options for the second dish, биток курячий з рисом. So биток is kind of like schnitzel or cutlet, and курячий is adjective from курка, chicken. So chicken schnitzel with rice. Рис is rice. Or паста з куркою і грибами. Pasta with chicken and mushrooms. And we have 2 salad options. Салат з свіжої капусти. Salad from fresh cabbage. And салат з буряка. Salad from beetroot. And the drink is узвар. Узвар is a traditional Ukrainian Christmas drink, but we also drink it all year round, and it's made from dried apples and pears. And again on this menu we can see the price and currency, гривня, shortened to грн. And in the red we can see the different price. If you want to take out з собою, it's a bit more expensive, because it includes вартість упаковки, the price of packaging. Упаковка, packaging. Вартість or ціна is price. So it is more expensive to take out, unfortunately. And the lunch offer is valid з понеділка по п'ятницю. It says here понеділок dash п'ятниця. So from Monday to Friday, from 12 to 16. З 12 до 16 години. So if we want to say the full sentence, обідня пропозиція дійсна з понеділка по п'ятницю з 12 до 16 години. The lunch offer is valid from Monday to Friday from 12 to 16. Also, since Monday to Friday is weekday, we can also say будні. So weekday is будень, and in plural будні. And on weekdays по буднях. Обідня пропозиція по буднях з 12 до 16 години. And we have one more sentence. У вас є апельсиновий фреш? Do you have orange juice? Fresh is usually freshly squeezed juice. So we use just fresh, borrowed from English. And just regular juice will be sick. And the last menu is dinner. So here we will talk about takeout. Вечеря вдома. Dinner at home. So takeout in Ukrainian we have few phrases that we use. It's з собою, as we've seen in previous one. З собою. Or we just say delivery. Доставка. And sometimes we say на виніс. It literally means on the takeout. And here we can see that they have a deal again, пропозиція. And this пропозиція is only on takeout, so на доставку, for delivery, for takeout. So you have 2 plus 1, 2 плюс 1. Замовляйте 2 піци, order 2 pizzas, сімейні або XL на доставку. Family size or XL for takeout. Та отримайте піцу L, маргариту в подарунок. And receive pizza L size, margarita as a gift on the house. So, замовляйте, отримайте here is in imperative. So they use this ite ending here in plural. They address us in plural ви. Or in polite ви. Not in singular ти. So if they would want to address us as ти, then it will be замовляй 2 піци. Отримай піцу. And I have another sentence here prepared that can be asked in the restaurant. До піци смакує це червоне вино? Does this red wine taste good with pizza? So this verb смакувати means to taste good with, to pair well with. And червоне, red, вино, wine. So you can ask pizzeria staff if this red wine tastes good, pairs well with pizza. And now we will have 2 вправи, 2 exercises. First one, знайди помилки в словах. So find mistakes in the words on the pictures. And the second one, знайди слова, пов'язані з темою їжа. Find the words connected to the topic food. So in the first one, you can look at the words written on the pictures. Some of them we have learned previously during our lessons. Some of them might be new to you, but I encourage you to think where the mistake can be. Maybe you can use online dictionaries, Google these words, and think where is the mistake. And these pictures were taken at real places in Ukraine. So the first one is from the restaurant, and the top right one is the menu of the restaurant, and the bottom left is from supermarket Silpo, and the bottom right is a street sign. So yes, unfortunately you can find a lot of mistakes in some signs. In Ukraine, people are writing with mistakes frequently. But we need to learn how to write correctly. And exercise 2, you need to find words which are connected to the food topic, and we have learned them during previous lessons that were connected to the topic of food. So you can do it by yourself, and then in the next slide I will show you answers. And here are the answers to the exercises. Відповіді до вправ. And exercise 1, the first picture. Today we have learned that pizza and pizzeria in Ukrainian is written with one ц. Even if it's a loan word, then in English it will be pizza, pizzeria. Then in Ukrainian is one ц. So in the picture we can see that both words are written with two letters ц, which is a mistake. And then the top right picture we have written бізе Карпати, and it should be безе Карпати. Безе is a meringue, a type of dessert, and the name of dessert is Карпати, Carpathians. So it's some dessert sold in a cafe. And the bottom left, in Silpo's announcement, it says Шановні гості, dear guests, and the first word, будь ласка, please. But here we have a mistake, because будь ласка does not have a dash. It's written as two separate words, будь and ласка. Unfortunately, this is a very common mistake among Ukrainians, so when you will encounter it in some online posts, some forums, blogs, know that this is a mistake. And the last picture, a street sign. So here we have written увага велосипедисти, which is incorrect because велосипед is bicycle and we need to write I instead of I. Увага велосипедисти. And on the right, exercise 2, you can see the words that were hidden in a box. So was it difficult? How many words have you found? Скільки слів ви знайшли? Let me know in the comments. And now we will have a game. Гра українська кухня. Game Ukrainian cuisine. So during previous lessons we have learned many words, including dishes from Ukrainian cuisine. Dishes and drinks. So here on the front we already see Ukrainian beetroot soup, which is борщ. So let's do this game together. It goes pretty fast, but if you want, you can pause after each new picture appears and pick the answer yourself and then check if it's correct. Сметана, голубці, деруни, сало, хрін, гречана каша, вареники, сирники, узвар. All right, how was it? So here I have a few questions for you. Які страви та напої української кухні ви вже куштували? So, which dishes and drinks of Ukrainian cuisine have you already tried? And що ще ви хотіли би спробувати? What else would you like to try? Напишіть в коментарях. Write in the comments. So, here I wrote some call to actions. Прокоментуй, comment, and it is in imperative. And again, Subscribe, підпишись. It is imperative again. And like is вподобайка. So if you like my lessons, please support me. It really encourages me to make more lessons and continue. And the next lesson, it will be a start of a new unit, which is shopping. So we finish now the topic of foods and move on to shopping. Thank you for today's lesson. Дякую за сьогоднішній урок. Hopefully you liked it and see you at the next lesson. До зустрічі! Bye-bye!